All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Chad again with God's Country Shooting and Outdoors. Yes, Max. Come here. Come to me. And this is Max. A big old boxer who thinks he's a kid, acts like a kid. What have you been eating? Oh my gosh. Get it. And loves to run around. So, sorry, but hey, I love my dog. First things first, this video we're going to be talking about a gun that I did a short on months ago on whether or not I should put a scope on it and what kind. So this is my Marlin, and it is the 4570 22-inch barrel. I can't remember right off. I think it's a late 80s, early 90s model. And this is a Monstrum Banshee 2 to 10 by 30. I'll put a picture up in the video in the corner of the kind of crosshairs that I chose for this. And I chose the crosshairs for a particular reason. Where we hunt at around here, I mean, it's thick. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's thick. And I wanted a scope that gave me just enough power to be able to get a little bit more on target at 60, 70 yards in the woods, but still be able to follow and track deer in shooting while they're moving. Also, before I get too far into the video, I have sunglasses on because I'm having problems with my left eye. So, yeah, it's kind of light sensitive. Prayers are appreciated. And I really appreciate those. So the 4570, it's one of my guns that's on my bucket list. I've got another one, the 356 Winchester, that's on layaway. It's going to be a little while before I get it. But right now, that's what I got. So technically, I should say, hey, we're going to the range now. But I've actually already been to the range. It's actually getting dark, and I'm trying to put all the pieces together for this video. The 4570, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's cannon. It's a lever action cannon. I love it. It shoots great. Overall, I'm perfectly satisfied. I had the opportunity to buy a 4570 identical to this, but had never been fired, and it was going to be another $300 or $400 because of the collector value. And honestly, if I could have afforded it, I'd still bought it and shot it. I don't want a gun that I'm afraid to take out and shoot. Anything I've got, I want to be able to know I can put this bullet in it and it's going to shoot fine through this scope and this gun, and I'm going to go hunting. Don't get me wrong, before I go on any kind of hunting, I make sure my guns are zeroed, but I like it. That's just how I am. I want a gun that I can take to the range and shoot, or I can take to the field and shoot. So, having said that, I suppose I will stop this video for a minute and transfer into some of the other things, and then we'll move around and come back with the results. All right. Hey guys, welcome out to the range with me. I planned on setting up all my cameras and actually bringing you all along for a little bit more shooting experience, but I can't get the cameras to stay upright. The wind is howling pretty good, about 15 mile an hour winds. It lowers down to around 5 to 8 here and there, but it's pretty consistently 10 and above. So I just wanted to kind of show you what I'm working on. I'll turn the camera around and show you a little bit more. All right, so today these are two of the guns that I'm working on. One of them is a surprise. Let me know in the comments if you think you know what it is, besides the fact that it's a Savage. The other one is my son's M&P. Trying to get a 0 on that for him. His other scope crapped out. That rifle on the bottom is one that I said that I liked, but I wasn't sure that I'd ever own one. But we'll go into that later. This will be for another video. But I did get it checked out a little bit today, kind of get a feel for the gun. And then over here is the main story for today. I put out a short a while back on what kind of scope would you put on it. This is the Marlin JM Stamp 4570. I went with a Monstrum Banshee. I can't remember. I'll put a picture of the kind of crosshairs that I've got in it. It kind of reminds me of a TV screen. It's got a one MOA box all the way around the center dot, and I'll show that to you. But these are the ammos that I'm going to be shooting through it to just test the ammo out, test the gun out, and just basically have a good time. And I will let you know the results after a while, okay? All right, so walking up to the targets, this one is the one that I zeroed the 4570 in, and this is the targets that I shot. Anyways, we'll measure these out a little bit. When we get back to the house, we'll kind of get an idea about how they shot. Alrighty? Alright, so hopefully that kind of got you into perspective of what we was doing at shooting at the range. I do want to share this with you. I don't know that you can tell it, but there's two groups here, and they divide right in there somewhere. These two groups are 1.08, 1.05 with one where I was zeroing again, make sure I was on paper. This is the gun that I said you'll have to guess, but I'll show a video later. So I'm already kind of tickled with the results on that gun so far. We'll talk more about that gun later. This is the results that I wanted to talk to you about. So this is the data card. And I know because of the camera, the way it's set, you can't really read it. So the federal soft points, 300 grain shot a 1.9 inch group. That's not great, but it's not horrible for a lever action at 100 yards. It didn't like the 300s all that well. Number two was the federal or the Hornady 325 grain FTX. However, it didn't mind those too horribly bad with a 1.6 inch group. That's not too bad at 100 yards. I do want to apologize for not having more video at the range, but the wind was crazy. And I'd like to have took y'all along for more of the video and be with me there in the range, but it is what it is. Federal Fusion 300 grain. This is the Fusions. They I think they're a bonded bullet if memory serves. It didn't like those that well either. It shot a 1.94 inch group. No, 1.99 inch, so 2 inch group at 100 yards. But the one that really surprised me is it liked the Hornady Monoflex. 250 grain Monoflex. It actually shot a 1.34 inch group with those bullets. So that's not too terribly bad. Looking at the zero on the gun, they all shot high. So I wanted the gun to shoot about an inch and a half high at 100 yards. I'm close to that. And then that way I've got a little bit of droppage at 150. I should be close to dead on. And then drop somewhere around 5 or 6. I don't know. Have to look at the numbers again at 200 yards. So that gun does everything that I want it to do. I am kind of excited with that. One thing I'm really looking for in this gun is I want to reload this gun myself and find a load that fits it well. I don't know that I can do as good with the 4570 as I did the 35 Remington. I got a load with it, and I really need to put it through my chronograph and see what I'm actually getting in speed wise. But I'm shooting roughly 1-inch group with a lever action gun, and an older lever action gun at that. So I'm tickled with that. A lot of people put a lot of emphasis on velocity and energy. That's great and fine, but I'd rather find that balance of what shoots good but still maintains a good velocity and energy. If I don't have to max a cartridge out, I'm not going to. But there's times where maxing or going just slightly over max is acceptable. It'll do it. I mean, most of these guns are tested at a whole lot more chamber pressure than what we'll ever load for. But, you know, some people, some of the guys I've shot with are like, I have to primer will handle it and it ain't popping out, or anything like that, and it'll open the breech and all that, you're fine. I don't quite want to push one quite that far. But I do want to get consistent shot groups, consistent energy and velocities. So I'm willing to max it, or to not go max on my velocity and powder weights in order to get a good tight group for that gun. So anyways, this is just a catch-up video on what we've got with the 4570. I just really love the Marlins. One day I will have the Marlin 450 and the 444 Marlin. Those are my two big hit list guns to get one day. And Lord willing, if he don't come back, I'll get one. And if he does come back, I'll not worry about it. But hopefully you got a little something out of this. I appreciate you guys being with me. I'm trying to get back to where I'm making more videos again. Until next time, remember, love God, love your country, love your family, and let's be about His business. All right. If you like this video, would you give me a thumbs up? If you're praying for me, give me an amen. All right. I'd really appreciate that. Until next time, feel free to comment. Appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Bye.